Greetings and what is up, my ladies? Today I'm in my RGB room and I will be using my superior 152 IQ to analyze this very special Beyblade, Psychic Phantom, polished weight. So, this Beyblade works best with triple impact, just so you know, but not really. Okay, up first is the layer Psychic Phantom. I think, Mono Dragon described it best. He said it was a mix of Wild Wyvern and Nova Neptune. Has Nova Neptune's bad shape and Wild Wyvern's bad teeth, which makes it really easy to burst. And I found that its stamina isn't that bad. I was using Psychic Phantom Knuckle Orbit because it's a pretty burst resistant setup. And when it didn't burst, it came pretty close to outspinning Death Scythe through Spread Revolve. So, I don't know. It probably has a lot more stamina than people give it credit for, but it's not a very useful layer just because it bursts so much. I really like the iridescent stickers on it though. So the disc Polish. Polish was overlooked when it was first released in the Speed set because basically it's designed so that this here is made of POM, I think, which is the low friction plastic, which is where the name Polish comes from. And what's supposed to happen is that let me just grab this thing here. It's not a burst Beyblade, but it'll work. If these two are to collide, it's supposed to make the opponent attack slip off it. That doesn't really work because layer to disc contact is pretty rare. And people would thought it would hinder, I guess, stamina and life after death because they thought these spikes would get in the way. But its usefulness was actually discovered later on in, I guess, mid-May of 2017 when Drain Fafnir was released. People were using Drain Fafnir Polish Yielding because Polish and Yielding have a special synergy. I can link a WBO post in the description where I describe more about the ideal like height, tip angle, angle of precession, stuff like that to explain why it works so well. But Yielding and Polish have a synergy that allows it to, once it's done spinning on Yielding, it just falls straight onto Polish seamlessly, and that gives it some pretty good life after death. However, people found that Yielding was especially easy to KO, and Atomic eventually took its place, since Atomic even had a chance of destabilizing it or KOing it on the same setup. Yeah, by the way, Drain Fafnir, Polish Atomic, great combo. It can outspin pretty much anything right spin aside from Maximum Garuda, as far as I'm aware. Because Polish, okay, so people were using Drain Fafnir Polish Atomic, and people were using Drain Fafnir Spread Revolve to counter that, because Polish would scrape too fast before Atomic really had a chance to destabilize the Revolve. So people started using 4-Glaive instead of Polish on their Drain Fafnir Atomic combos. But the thing is that 4-Glaive has slightly worse life after death than Polish. So Polish actually ends up, I think, being a better choice, since once Angry Face and 1234 Beyblade found that Yell resists destabilizing better than Spread does. And I think it also helps out Drain Fafnir in opposite spin matchups more than Spread does, because Drain Fafnir is so wide. That I think the 4-Glaive thing is kind of unnecessary. Because if you have Polish to beat all right spin things, and Yell Revolve to beat all left spin things, then you don't really need 4G to be in between, I don't think. But yeah, Polish is a great disc. Only available in this and Random Booster 6 so far. It's kind of tough to get, but it's definitely worth buying if you find one. And then weight is the driver. I already mentioned it a bit in Silly and Zeus. Um, it's a metal ball. It's not free spinning. That's Planet. It's got some okay stamina. It's not as good as Revolve for stamina or Atomic. It's about the same amount as I think Orbit or Yielding. But since it's kind of heavy to increase RPM in the center, and the metal's low friction, and it's a semi mobile driver, where I found it's really good is in burst attack. So things like Valkyrie armed weight, or I guess if you have a certain burst attack layer that works well, like Inferno Ifrit or Zillion Zeus that you think works as well as Valkyrie, you can substitute that instead. But armed weight, down weight, those are both setups that work pretty good for burst attack in my opinion. Lost Longinus Gravity Weight was an interesting combo that K came up with once, I think back in February. It's supposed to be a super heavy, semi-mobile KO attacker defense type thing. It's a lot more consistent at KOing Drain Fafnir things than Lost Longinus is on hold if you use Gravity Weight compared to like 2 Glaive Hold, because hold self bursts quite a bit in the same spin. And I know the UK people actually prefer using Orbit instead of Weight for this. But either way, Weight is still a solid choice for that. That's probably going to be its most popular use to counter Drain Fafnir on Lost Longinus Weight. And I think it also is used in right spin burst attack, but that's kind of not very useful right now. So overall, while the Psychic Phantom layer is bad, the Polish is a great disc, and Weight is an interesting driver, not necessarily top tier, but it definitely has potential. And this Beyblade as a whole comes in the Speed set, with Wild Wyvern Infinity Yielding and Kaiser Kirby's Down Orbit, and the Speed Launcher. And until the Speed Launcher sees a separate re-release, which I hope it will someday, because I don't want to have to keep buying like more and more expensive ones out of the set if they keep breaking on me. But anyways, I would totally recommend picking up the Speed set. Polish is kind of a must-buy nowadays. Yielding, you get that, you get Orbit, you get the Speed Launcher, you get Down, you get a few, I guess, tier 2 parts, you get Weight, you get K2, you get Infinity. So it's overall just a great set full of interesting parts. Definitely buy the Speed set. So next time we come to the ultralight meme, the first left spinning Beyblade, the Dragon Emperor, Lost Longinus, and I will see you guys then.